Hello, beautiful soul. My name is Yulia, and I'm the voice of the podcast Love to Heal. This podcast outlines my journey from atheism to Judaism, exploring spirituality from diverse perspectives. It is my hope that my journey will inspire others to embark on their own adventure of self-discovery and spiritual growth. I am delighted to announce that my memoir, The Five Ascents, is now available in ebook form on gumroad.com. You can find the link in the show notes. I am still working on publishing it, but you can be the first to read it electronically. This book is definitely the most open and sincere public thing that I have ever done in my life. If you've listened to my podcast from the very beginning, you will notice how it helped me shape the memoir. But although it is a memoir, it is so much more than that. You will not only learn about global events and Jewish history and, of course, Torah wisdom, but you will surely feel a connection to its numerous universal themes that are fundamental to the human condition. Themes like love, loss, immigration, discrimination, identity crisis, and so much more. In short, my journey addresses the most essential aspect of the human, the soul. Because let's face it, on the soul level, we are all made of the same divine energy. This has been a constant throughout my podcast message. And every soul in each incarnation has an intrinsic role in the functionality of the overall system. Every story, no matter how long or short, how grand or minor, helps shape our reality. And well, my story does just that. It shapes the reality of those who read it and take something away from it, hopefully, because the intent of this book is to inspire readers to embark on their own spiritual journeys, to develop a greater self-awareness and experience more authentic living. My book also outlines my soul's journey, right? Again, if you've listened to my podcast, you will know what I'm talking about. But it is my soul's journey through a multitude of experiences, a multitude of states of growth and learning. And all of this for what? To find its purpose. In the end, really, it's all about finding your purpose. And my journey, the way I structured it in my book, is divided into 5 parts. And these 5 parts, they mirror the 5 ascending levels of consciousness in Jewish mysticism. Now, my journey actually, believe it or not, started out as a selfish cry for help. It was all about me. It was, how can I get rid of my anxiety? Help me, me. But over time, it astonishingly metamorphosed into a collective responsibility. As the Hasidim say, there are 2 ways to keep warm on a cold night. You can wear a fur coat, or you can light a fire. If you wear a fur coat, you only warm yourself. But if you light a fire, you can warm others. Guess what? We are supposed to light a fire, all of us. It's not enough to be righteous or help only yourself. We have to do more. We have to look out for each other, help each other. I thankfully have helped myself, so now it is my duty to inspire others to do the same. And this is what I've been trying to do with my podcast, and this is exactly what I'm doing with my book, with my memoir. On my journey, one of the main lessons that I learned, that I really would like to share with you right now, was to stop being needy and instead become needed. You see, I never asked to be born. nobody ever asked to be born. So none of our needs are actually ours. They are God's needs. God created us with needs. A need to eat, a need to sleep, a need to love. But that's His creation. We are His creation. So really, these are His needs. So as soon as you switch the focus from yourself to God, to focus on what God needs from you, once you embrace the purpose in serving God, the doubts, the fears, the anxiety, if you've ever experienced something similar to what I experienced for many years of my life, all of that dissolves. And this is what happened with me. When I started to serve God, when I started to focus on His needs rather than mine, my anxiety dissolved. Now, you may not know this through my podcast, or you may, but I was brought up atheist. And I entered adulthood as an atheist. And looking back on those years, you know what I realized? Those years of my life, I was merely existing. I was surviving. Ever since my spiritual awakening, though, I have been thriving. I have been actually living my life. To live by the soul first, rather than the body, is honestly to see the world in completely new colors. It is to hear what was previously muted. It is to feel that which was once inaccessible. And then positivity and optimism ensue from having purpose and meaning in life. Meanwhile, love for God and for oneself and others provides a constant flow of divine energy, which is capable of healing both body and soul and capable of ameliorating your fate. Yes, we have the power to change our fate. Every decision that we make, every step that we take, either sets us up for success or for failure. And it's in our hands. It's in our power to create a better future for ourselves. Because remember, we are co-creators with God. We co-create with God in an ongoing process. It's a process to create a reality that reflects goodness and justice and that is worthy of God's dwelling. In Judaism, instead of waiting to go to heaven, we ought to focus on creating paradise here on earth. The emphasis is precisely on elevating the world now. And how do we do that? By doing good deeds. And this is, of course, where the whole idea of mitzvot comes into play. Observing commandments that were commanded to us by God. The more mitzvot we do, the more good deeds we do, the more we can repair our world and make it worthy of God's dwelling. So join me on a soul-deep historic adventure which spans millennia. Because I start all the way from the beginning, from thousands of years ago, and I go through many different time periods that have brought us to where we are today. And on the way, in this journey, you will see how the importance of human free will to choose good over evil, to make a positive change in the world, and to discover one's potential comes to the forefront. And this is something that every reader will be able to take away and to start acting on it now. Because inspiration is fleeting, so you have to act now. And I said to myself, when I wrote this book, I said, even if after reading this book, only one human being is motivated to metaphorically brush off the dust collected on his or her soul, to let the divine light shine through, this whole project will have been worth it. Thank you so much for being part of my journey. To purchase the book, please follow the link in the show notes. And until next time.